Hey guys, it's RC Gate, and sometimes what happens behind the scenes in professional wrestling is a lot more entertaining than what happens in the ring. For instance, I don't know if you all remember this, but a little while back, Billy Corgan made some comments that if you're not going to watch Tyrus on NWA, you're not a wrestling fan. I made a short little stupid funny video on it. Well, apparently now Mr. Corgan wants to clarify these statements. He was on the 10 count with Steve Fall, and he had to say, when it comes to Tyrus, he's the one for me. No. He didn't say it. He said, if I did say it, great way to start your clarification, by the way. If I did say it, let me put it this way. It was a longer quote, and of course, as happens with interviews, sometimes they exercise what they're saying out of a larger thing. Oh, excise? Whatever. So I'll give clarification to what I said. I'm not going to say I didn't say what I said, but the quote I saw being bandied about was something along the lines of, if you don't like Tyrus, you don't like wrestling. Yes, the quote I got too. I believe that was bastardized, or that actually came out of my mouth, but it was in relation to something. So I'll clarify what I was trying to say. I took a long while just to get to here. Let me clarify this. He says, what I was saying was, if you don't like Tyrus in a wrestling ring because of his politics and because he brings heat into wrestling, then I don't understand what wrestling that you're after. I went on to say, and I don't think it was quoted, are we only booking friends in a wrestling ring? Is this just patty cakes and then everybody pretends these guys hate each other and then they hug at the after party and everything's cool? I'm like, I believe, like all good promoters, that the heat of the outside world coming to a wrestling ring isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, he makes a good point. We are in a time really hard to keep kayfabe, though a lot of wrestlers don't even try. It's 1 minute they hate each other, next minute you see them on a live stream playing a video game. Go, oh, that was a good one, buddy. So yeah, I can see where he's coming from here, but he continues. Remember when there was all the crazy heat with Edge, Matt Hardy, and Lita? There was a real life thing that was ultimately taken advantage of in a wrestling ring, and obviously all the parties agreed. Whether that was comfortable, uncomfortable to them, I can't really say, even though I know Matt pretty well and I know Edge pretty well, but I don't think I've ever sat down to really, okay, we don't care. God damn, dude. But obviously that was a moment of real heat, all right? And people had opinions about how the whole situation played out on a personal level. So, hey, we're getting to the point here. If your argument would be that should not have been a wrestling angle, well, that's a valuable argument to make. If your thing would have been, I was uncomfortable with them being put in that spot, that's a viable argument to make. But it did happen and has happened in wrestling where real heat and real life comes into the ring. Okay, so I can already see where he's trying to go with this. The people hate Tyrus over his politics. I don't know what they hate about his politics. I don't even know his politics. I don't watch NWA. I'll see a clip here and there. Maybe I'll start watching. I don't know, because of all the heat, baby. So that was my point. All right, now we're finally getting to a point. It wasn't saying I'm going to pick this one person in Tyrus, and if you don't like him as a wrestler, I'm assuming he meant him as a wrestler. If you don't like him as a wrestling talent, or you don't like them as a person, you don't like wrestling, because that's where it gets bastardized. It made for very good clickbait, and some of my friends actually encouraged me to go out and clarify. I said, no, I'm not going to play this stupid game. I've been around for too long for people to sort of cherry pick my quotes and try to make a thing. Then why are we doing this now? Like, I made my silly little content. It got some views. People moved on. So that's why So that's why I like what you're saying, which is that at the end of the day, I think I'm an intelligent person. Good for you. You can argue that point, but look, I've picked the NWA up out of the ashes. I've turned it into a successful business. We have a lot of good news coming. Ooh, good news. Which I can't quite share yet. But I think we're going into about our 6th year of me owning the company. The roster's never been stronger. I can't really argue with that. Again, I don't watch. There are people who have noticed the quality of NWA wrestling product week in, week out. People are not dozens of the... Okay. So he's promoting. He took it out of the ashes. So right now, there's more money on NWA being about me as a controversial figure, or the NWA possibly failing, than there is the NWA succeeding. Okay, so he's trying to play into the clickbait, controversy, get views. When we succeed, and we will, you damn right you will, then it will turn into some other different quasi-argument. So if you want to make it about one talent, you kind of miss the point of what the point of professional wrestling company is. It's a collective vision. Unless you're WWE. Hey, Vince. Obviously, I've done the math on everybody in the company. I've made my decisions. I'm fine to argue those points along the way. Plenty of writers and plenty of dirt sheet writers and people such as yourself have asked for clarification about why this or why not this. That's completely fine, but if you miss the point about how one talent or a collective set of talents make a statement about the NWA, then you don't really understand what it is I'm trying to do. Yeah, I have no clue what you're trying to I'm trying to build a company built around specific talents at specific time. These are athletes, and they have a shelf life. Why would you bring that up? I mean, we know that. Every athlete, wrestling, basketball, baseball, whatever, they all have their time, but it's kind of weird that you're pointing it out. Like, okay, this person will be here for this amount of time. I mean, you're not giving us, time and dates. But okay, let's get back to Tyrus and the okay, when you get into the political stuff, I just think that's laughable. Political stuff in 2023 is laughable. Look, we were just talking about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Their politics, at least as it appears in the public sphere right now, are completely different. What are people talking about? They're talking about the fight. Why are they talking about the fight? Because the fight's more interesting than whether or not we care about their politics. Okay, weave that into Tyrus. People hate him for his politics, so there's the heat. That might get viewers to watch to keep hating him. I'm guessing the point he's trying to make here. But yeah, hating him more interesting than what his politics are. I think another point he's trying to weave in there. Is Elon Musk disqualified from the fight because he's possibly a vaccine skeptic or something? Or you didn't like the fact that he let some right-winger back on the platform now that he owns Twitter? That's what I'm saying. I don't like the sliding rules of engagement. So that's all fine and good. Hopefully in the meta clarification, I'm sort of de-enlightened. What it is and isn't important. Again, like I say, I'm fine with criticism. Just be smart about it. And don't be clickbaity about it because you're dealing with somebody who's dealt with clickbait for over 30 years. True. You're just not going to knock me off my block. I mean, said a whole bunch with not really... Or said a whole bunch when he didn't really have to say that much at all. Like, he... could have just got to I sped through that thing. If you want to read the whole article, go to WrestleZone.com, who presented it. I believe also here there's a video of the interview, or at least from that, or maybe the whole interview. Yeah. Right here on YouTube. You can find that. But yeah, okay. So I guess he clarified it. Like, no, I'm not saying if you hate Tyrus, you're not a fan. I'm essentially saying if you hate him because of politics, then you're not understanding what a booker is or what Billy Corgan as a booker is or what wrestling really is. So I don't know, did his clarification help in any way? Did it make you feel better? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And hey guys, not only have a good day, have a great, fun, safe 4th of July weekend. And when I say safe, I'm not saying don't drink, have fun, but come on. Alcohol, fireworks, don't usually mix. So again, be safe. Have a great one, guys.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?